the program has gone through many changes, seen many significant staff who facilitated significant programs within the ECD program change over time. I think that one of the things that stands out for me was, and I've also just noted it in passing earlier on when we were also speaking about the history and things that have kind of just changed a little bit over time. As it is coming back again to the philosophy and how it is that our approach has changed, I believe that our approach has changed more so. In many years ago, because we realized that for the children to be okay, I always use this slogan very loosely. For the children that we serve to be okay, the parents need to be okay. So LOFA was always provided parent support group, programs and education and training. Many years ago, there was how it is that that support was offered is that there was a lot more that LOFA would physically do for parents. Ne? But you must remember now that was in the time, we're talking many years ago, whereas when it is that we're saying that we are supporting parents, at that time that was considered the best option and the best way to do. Ne? So we would provide, if I can just give an example, there would be, when we had our parent support groups, monthly parent support groups on a Saturday, the parents would get bussed in. Ne? And we did that for many, many years. You can imagine how that up until today, all of LOFOP services, whether it is the ECD services or the independence training, our clients don't pay for that service. It comes at no cost to them. So LOFOP as an organization, we need to somehow find the money, find the supporters, find the sponsors, find the donations. Ne? So there was a lot of support that LOFOP was giving at that time to families and to parents. That specific if I can just use the example of what I'm talking about now about busing parents in, that has changed because we now believe in, yes, you do still need to take responsibility, but how do you take responsibility? What our role is as LOFOP and what your role is as a parent. No? Remember, we provide a very comprehensive and excellent ECT service. However, LOFOP is one part of that when it is that you're looking at what it takes to raise an individual who's blind and visually impaired, an individual who is independent, who is attaining, who is successful in whatever stage of their life, whether it's schooling or their academic career or their work career. But LOFOP is a support system. We're not the be all and the end all, So a big part in terms of how it is from the parental aspect, that has changed in terms of where we are now encouraging parents to take more responsibility. Just on the parent support group and parent meetings, whenever there was a parent support group or a parent meeting or a parent consultation, we would bus them in. That has changed a lot now, where it is that we say to parents that we are but one part of that support system. You guys are the most important part, along with your child. Your medical support that you get at the state hospitals, that's another avenue. Ne? Your church, perhaps, that's another avenue of support. But don't see LOFOP as that we need to do everything for you. Ne? So that's a big thing in my time that has changed. Also, when it comes to things like, if I just look at the daily preschool program, ne? Many years ago, also. LOFOP used to provide 3 meals for the children. That has changed, where I think probably now for the past going on almost close to 10 years, I would think, where it is just something as simple as meals LOFOP used to provide for the children as well. So the reason why I'm speaking about this, why I'm bringing these particular aspects is because it has impacted on the organization in terms of financially as well, because we need to be finding the funding to be getting all of that support. Ne? But I think more importantly for me is also what it is that we are saying to the parents now. We have our role to play, and this is kind of what it is that we need to do. However, you as parents, these are still the things that you need to see to, and I think it's a good thing. For me, as a facilitator, practitioner, working in this field, in the disability field for a very long time, knowing also how that impacts on the broader sense of how it is that disability is seen within this country. At this particular point in time, I feel that and it's not only in the field or in the avenue of disability. A lot of the times, you know, there's the there's the idea, or there's the aspect of I have a disability. What are you going to do for me? You know, to support me. I'm blind or I'm visually impaired. What are you going to do? So yes, I'm admitting, and I do realize that LOFA plays a supportive role, but we also, through how our approach has changed over the years, we're bringing very much through very strongly about your roles and your responsibility, because at the end of the day, we always say this, particularly coming back to the parents, is that your child is going to be, if you look at the preschool program, from the early intervention programs up until the preschool program, is that we'll provide services at least for the first 6 years to you and your child. Your child's going to be in your life forever. So we start the conversation sooner in terms of your role as parents.